have to understand as an artist what makes you you. And for me, it's learning. I love learning. I have to be pushing myself. I love high-risk moments creatively because it brings out the best in me, and that makes me sing, makes my body sing, it makes my heart sing.
Jewel, thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for sharing all your many talents with us and with some of our students who are just so delighted to meet you. And we're just so happy to have you in our SCAD circle.
Well, I was going to say the same thing. Y'all are going to have a hard time getting rid of me. It's really a beautiful culture that you have of people that care and want to give and want to support.
You've been a beloved cross-genre musician for decades, and know that you've also been a visual artist since your teenage years. And in 2024, Crystal Bridges Museum, one of my favorites, presented your first public exhibition with The Portal. So you want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. I went to a fine arts high school in Michigan called Interlochen. Started studying sculpture and drawing there at the same time as music. And then when I went to San Diego, just sort of fell on hard times and was homeless, and I started straight singing to get by, and then I got discovered and my music career took off. And then I also got interested in behavioral health. I started a foundation to help kids with anxiety and suicidal ideation. And so I've had these three parts of my career that never really came together. And so with The Portal, for me, it was bringing these three sides of myself together, my visual art practice, my music, and behavioral health. I curated their contemporary wing around the three spheres, and then I had 4 works myself.
The portal is calling.
Wonderful. The portal. I like that idea because there are so many portals in our lives, and they all lead to something, and walking through those doors is sometimes a scary thing, but you never know.
And that's a choice, and it's a very courageous choice you make every day.
Your fabulous Venice exhibition, Matricalism, an archaeology of connections lost, marks many firsts, your debut solo show, first international show. You must be simultaneously exhausted and on cloud 9.
I'm on cloud 9. I think we all go through phases many times over and over in my life, actually, where you go, you know, what is possible for me? You know, what is next? And, you know, after my divorce when I was about 40, I was like, is this it? Like, is this where I'm at? And so to be able to push through and feel more inspired at 51 than I even was when I was 18 is a wonderful feeling.
And the hurts you've suffered make you more empathetic.
Absolutely, I agree.
I love that you talk about happiness and how kind of fundamental that is to everything else.
Yeah, it's interesting. So many artists really feel like they can't write unless they suffer, you know, or create unless they suffer. And I get it. But in a way, suffering is so easy, and writing when you're suffering can be really easy. Learning how to be happy, learning to do something from a place of joy, that's really interesting. Or for me in my life, I already had miserable down. I had to figure out how to do the other.
And you didn't want to have that forever.
I didn't want to be miserable. I wanted to be happy more than anything. You don't just get happy and you're like, cool, so this is never going to change. It's the side effect of choices. And because I had an abusive background, I made terrible choices. And I made choices based on misconceptions and beliefs about myself. And that meant I had to heal those and examine those. And so art is the perfect thing to help us examine our belief in ourselves. What is my value? What is my worth? Is there grace? What is compassion? When you do that for yourself, you're doing it for other people.
And you said that strengthens you in your business dealings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it causes you to have a lot more kind of care towards other people, and you've devoted yourself to that as well. You've been working with our SCAD digital fabrication wizards, so tell me about that experience. I hope they've been very helpful.
Oh my gosh, they've been incredible. Justin and his team have just been absolutely wonderful. They have 30 new works for this show. It's 13 or 14 oil paintings. It's 13 or 14 sculptures, traditional sculptures, and then also these data light sound sculptures.
Beautiful.
And the last piece I'm working now are these digital prints to try and really get them just right. And your team has just been incredible and really helping me too, like educating me. And they've just been, instrumental. This is so fun.
The Venice Biennale is such a global historic platform. I've been for many years, and everybody in the art world flocks to it. How does showing this work in Venice really mark a new chapter in your life, do you think?
I get to be at the Super Bowl of art. I get to be at the Olympics of art, you know. I mean, it's a pinch me moment to be able to be in a brand new field and to be able to show here is
You're brave,
a dream. Well, I've been being insulted my whole life, so you might as well just do something you love and see how it goes.
No, you're amazing. You're an amazing artist. And I think you'll really contribute something very important to the whole experience.
That was a fun thing, was really thinking about the environment that I'm showing in. You know, Venice is this really overwhelming, amazing, like stimulating place with just the best art in the world, and it's hot and you're walking around a lot, and I was like, okay, that's the environment that I'm in, and how can I be a counterpoint? My space is dark, it has sound, it's working with nervous systems, it's cool, it's quiet, and so it's
People
sort of
want
this
to linger.
counterpoint. That's what I hope. Yeah, it's part of the design.
I think they will. Well, we're joined today by some SCAD rock stars, musicians, and visual artists who have questions of their own. You all introduce yourselves to
All right.
Jewel.
Hello, my name is Leo, and I'm a painting major. I work very personally. It's very intentional and geared towards me, and I'm seeing your transparency in your work and how you really put your whole heart into it. How does that vulnerability in sharing that feel? The thought of sharing my work and getting reactions it's scary, you know, and I'm wondering like how you handle that.
There's no feeling that you have that somebody else hasn't had, and Shakespeare already wrote about it all. There's no feeling of jealousness or loathsomeness or joy that no human has. Like it doesn't exist. And people are gonna not like your work no matter what, and they're gonna like your work no matter what. So you might as well be seen for exactly what you are, because that means the people that like you see you, and that's your tribe. And so your art is you finding your people, and it's deeply authentic and it's deeply personal. And one of the worst things is selling out to be liked and it's still not working. It's like, well, that's
That would be
great.
bad.
Now what? You know what I mean? Or worse yet, selling out and being loved for it.
Ooh, now you're getting deep, Jewel.
That's rough, you know? So I would say trust people.
Yeah.
Trust them to be careful with your vulnerability, trust them to honor it.
I love being put in a corner and having to fight my way out. I love being able to prove people wrong. I like the challenge. It makes me smile.
My name is Wayne Buckner Jr., a performing arts major with a minor in music composition. A lot of the times I've brought things that I want to bring homage to, just the research that I have, and then in the space I have these just eureka moments, this idea that happens. I was wondering, which one do you champion more, the things that you bring or the ideas that you have that kind of spur in the moment?
I've always come from like a jazz background, so I liked people that were always on the edge, maybe even singing like slightly off, but it was like running downhill too fast and you hear them doing it and you're like, this is riveting, because it's about the vitality and the freshness and the zest. And when things get over rehearsed, that vitality and that zest and that freshness can feel flat. So what I respond to personally is that intensity, a slight bit of danger. I want to understand, how can I make you feel that as potently as I feel that? And then that starts to dictate the medium, because that's the conduit. You know, I'm doing a data sculpture based on starlight, and inside I'm using the actual light wave radiation forms to run the light and the sound of this piece.
Wow.
And so what material would I use to make these stars? Like, for me, glass was the only one. I mean, I thought the resin would be so much
You had
simpler.
to learn how to.
So I learned glass blowing. Yeah, because there was no other medium I could use that would, yeah. There was no other medium that would tell the story and mesmerize you, I don't think, other than looking into the most ancient sand and fire and then having the raw signal of the data. And so like, once I have that feeling, I'm like, that's it, that's the potency. Now I just got to figure out how not to mess it up and make it as potent, you know, as I feel it. So you have the same sense of wonder that I do when I think about it. And so that's how I choose mediums, that's how I choose materiality. You have the authority to do whatever the heck you want. You don't need anyone's permission. You know, they might say you do, but you don't, you know, and so it's really just you going into it. Hey guys, I am in the studio and polishing up and doing final touches on a sculpture, Chill.
I'm Ella Stoos. I'm also a painting
go way
major.
back
Yes,
too.
of course. So I've noticed you're very active with your social media. As a visual artist, I kind of struggle with that, and so I was just wondering how you kind of manage to do all that, and like what are the benefits?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad to hear you think that. I really struggle with it too. In all honesty, you know, it's a real job. It takes real time. It's really me doing it. The struggle's real no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing. I got discovered just as the internet was starting. And I was really able early on to use the internet to my advantage because I was such an underdog. I was a folk singer at the height of grunge. You know, Nirvana was God, and I was writing songs called I'm Sensitive. Like, it was not it. And I was able to find my community. And so for me, social media is very powerful. I've always used it to telegraph saying, hey, you guys, I'm gonna make a pop album. Like, buckle up. People wanna be supportive of you. You just have to tell them, like, I need the support from you. This is why it matters. And then they're like, oh, got you. You know, it's like, it's a great feeling.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Kaylee Marsh. I'm a social strategies major here, and I'm also an acting minor. Going from your visual arts to your mental art, how do you juggle that being so vulnerable in both stages?
You know, I moved out when I was 15, and a lot of the way I stayed safe my whole life was through isolation, going it out on my own, being alone, and it really did serve me really well. But I was also really lonely and really isolated, and it's because I never told the truth. The only place I told truth was in a journal that nobody read. And so when I was homeless, I started singing in coffee shops. I made a decision to try and be seen. And it was very scary, but I decided to write very honest songs and to sing them in front of people. And you can only have connection through that type of honesty. I just beat everybody to the punch. I'd tell you what was wrong. I'd tell you how I messed up. I'd tell you if I lied. You and your audience, it's nothing small. Like, it's something sacred in my eyes. It's a deep, honest, real connection. And that's something powerful and important. It's not vapid. And so being able to use anything at my disposal to help people understand that has been really powerful for me.
My name is Silas. I'm a sophomore acting major. I'm a musician, and I'm currently working on my debut album. So I wanted to ask you, when creating your debut album, how did you go about picking the order of the songs and kind of choosing and creating that flow, and then also deciding which songs to save for a later project?
Yeah, that's a hard thing to navigate, but it's such a fun privilege. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's so interesting now, you know, because my very first album, there wasn't digital music. So choosing my order was all people got. Like, people didn't have the choice to go out of order. So it's very interesting now that, you know, a lot of artists don't even think about what order. They just release songs one at a time. I often wrote my next album while I was trying to finish my first album. I didn't realize that these two creative currents were starting to overlap, and I'd be like, oh, I think this is my next work.
Yeah.
That's so interesting, which is very comforting, because it's like, you know, you have something in the bag while you know, go out there and promote this first project, but I know you'll find your way through it beautifully.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Jewel, we've loved spending time with you today, and just appreciate your poetry and lyrics and images.
Well, thank you.
And your longstanding advocacy for young people. You've been someone that we all admire and look up to, and just are so delighted to get to know you personally.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, and this school is incredible. It's been really fun getting to walk around and meet everybody and visit with you all.